welcome to this Saturday's episode of Gabe's Cave. I am your hostess with the mostest, Uncle Nasty, and I am proud to present to you something that we had going on last weekend. But before I can do any of that, we got to take a time out. We got to thank our sponsor, RPGhiring.com. Thank you, RPGhiring.com. None of these card giveaways and none of these con trips that we do would be possible without you guys, so we really, really appreciate it. You're who allows us to bring all this content that you Cavemaniacs love so much. And speaking of love so much, I grew up in the greatest era of wrestling ever. I got to experience as a young man the Attitude Era and the shift between the Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF when it was Degeneration X and it was the NWO with Hollywood Hogan turning heel. Just great times if you were a wrestling fan, and a staple that we all loved, no matter what walk of life you are. We all loved these guys, whether you loved to hate them or whether you really did love them and you were fans of them. And it was the Nation of Domination, guys. They had such a large variety of members throughout the years. Owen Hart was in the Nation of Domination. The Rock, the People's Champ, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. He really got his start by being a heel in the Nation of Domination. That's what turned him, but we're going to get into all that. It's all going to get talked about in this panel right here that took place at the OKC Pop Culture Con, where we had the Nation of Domination, D'Lo Brown, Ron Simmons, and the Godfather sitting down to talk to us. Y'all check this out. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been excited all week for this. I have enjoyed every panel, but I'm gonna enjoy this one the most. I really am. Guys, this is your Nation of Domination panel here at the OKC Pop Culture Con. I'm Uncle Nasty. This is Gabe's Cave. You know how I do it. I've got introductions for everybody, so I'm going to start with the man closest to my right here. Papa Shango Kama Mustafa, the Godfather. He got his start in the business after being noticed in a bar by wrestlers during the filming of Over the Top. An intercontinental and tag team champion. He started wrestling in 1990 for the South Atlantic Pro Wrestling. He was introduced as Sir Charles in the WWF in 1991. He was remonikered as Papa Shango in 1992. His official Nation of Domination debut was in 1997, where he would become the Godfather in 1998. And the rest is an historic journey that led him to being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016.
I was wondering who you were talking about.
It's all you, man. It's the greatness that is the Godfather. In the middle over here.
Hey, me.
In the middle over here, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ron Simmons Farouk. Two-time All-American defensive tackle. Four-time. Oh, snap. Woo! Four-time All-American defensive tackle. 1986 with Jim Crockett Promotions. 1992, he defeated Vader to become the first African-American WCW World Champion. And he is still recognized by the WBE as that to this day. Farouk appeared for the first time in 1996 with a successful career with multiple tag team championships. And he was also inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012. Y'all give it up for Mr. Ron Simmons. This man over here on the far end, Downtown D-Lo Brown. He started wrestling in 1994 for the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Promotions. 3 years before he debuted as a heel in the Nation of Domination. He is a 4-time European champion and a 1-time Intercontinental champion. Y'all give it up one more time for Downtown D-Lo Brown. Man, I didn't want nobody to feel left out now. Okay, all right. Man, your strut coming down the aisle, the entrance.
The head.
The head.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you right now, my mama thought I was crazy trying to act like you walking through the kitchen. I said, Mama, but you don't know D-Lo. Mama, but you don't understand.
Thank God you weren't acting like me.
We need that bobblehead.
Listen, that came much later. Listen, I had my own version of the Hoe Train when I was in the Army.
Okay. All right.
Super big fan. Yes, sir. Guys, we're going to start this off, and we're gonna just ask some simple questions. All right? D-Lo, let's start with you.
Okay, shoot.
How did you feel about them telling you that you were going to be a heel?
I loved it.
That's what you wanted?
Oh, yeah, because you want to be the bad guy. You want to make people, you want to piss people off out there. And, like, you know, as a heel, you don't got no rules. You know, you just go out there and have fun, where if you're that good guy, you got to kiss babies and shake hands. And I was ready to be next to this man and learn under his learning tree, so I didn't give a damn.
He's not a better person I think you could have learned under. We're going to skip right over him. We're going to go to you.
Uh-oh.
All right, now.
Watch
Get in
out.
trouble going to me. Because I'm sometimes too honest.
When you were going to go to WCW and Mr. Ron Simmons suggested against that, what was his one piece of advice during that conversation that really made you go, you know what, I'm not doing this?
Just that I wouldn't fit in over there. It was just something that I wasn't used to. And, you know, I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Never would have done it.
Good
No,
question. Good question.
It wouldn't have worked out.
Mr. Ron Simmons.
Let's go with it, buddy. And then after you do this, right, you know what I would like for you to do?
What's that?
Because these people have come up here, I want you to stick a mic on that floor where they can ask us some questions.
They absolutely. That's what this is
All
for.
right.
It's super
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
It goes way back there.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. And then they can ask all the questions they want.
Let us do it. All right.
What was it like defeating Vader and holding that championship belt up?
Well, you know, look, first let me clarify something here, right? So this is on the records, okay? I am the first black world champion, okay? I'm not African. The championship wasn't won in Africa. It was won here in the United States. So that makes me the first black man, okay? Not an African, all right? Secondly, Vader was a very good guy to work with, you know? I enjoyed working with him. A lot of people had, you know, some things to say about him, but hey, great athlete. He worked my style, and that's what made for a very good match and made it for, you know, a must-see thing, you know, turned out for everyone, you know? So it turned out to be a lot more impact on people than I initially thought. So I'm very proud to wear that badge to this day, you know? Yeah. Couldn't have happened to a better man.
Oh, no, it couldn't have.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're about to send this mic out that way. Lexington, you want to come get this? So any of you guys that have questions, he will meet you in the middle row. Y'all just get ready. And remember, we got poker chips for anybody that asks.
You got poker chips. I'll ask a question right now. I'll ask a question right now. Where my chip at?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
Who's first?
Bro.
All right. So this question first is for D-Lo. Now I'm sure everybody wants to know this, right? Can we be down with the Brown?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Down with the Brown. Down with the Brown.
Go ahead.
Down with the Brown.
Go on, do it.
Come on.
For the night, yeah, you can be down with the Brown.
Yeah.
Dog. You down.
Now, Mr. Ron Simmons,
Yeah.
Mr. Farouk,
Do it,
just
bro.
one time. Can you do it? Damn. One time for it.
Well, you know what? We're going to see if we can reserve that for an ending.
Yeah.
Okay? Later on. All right? Yeah, let's save it for a little bit later.
And the last question for Mr. Godfather himself. Can you do it one time for the whole train?
Shit, I don't know if I can go that high. I might hurt something.
Well, you just said the right word. You said hi.
Hi. Well,
Right? Well,
I don't even know if I can go that high. Let me
I
see.
think even that. I think. How about this?
Okay.
How about we can do this for them, right? They love D'Lo's bobble and all that, right? How about we just wait and give them an epic moment at the end? You with the whole string,
bobble?
me with all of the damning, him with the bobble. How's that?
I like that.
How about that?
Let's save it to the end.
Yeah, all right.
And can we do one
That's
more?
why
can we
he's
do-
the leader. See?
Can we do one more thing? At the end of this, between you and me,
Okay.
at the end of this,
Why am I being left out?
because
Well,
you in the hall, you know all this too. Can we invite all of them to be in the nation for a night?
Boy, if you didn't just say something,
Can we do that?
we're going to put them all in.
Put them all in nation tonight
Everybody.
for one night.
Everybody.
Everybody.
What you think,
What do you think, Big Perm? You think? Yeah.
24 hours.
24 hours.
Well, you know what that means.
What's that mean?
That means we got their back.
24
That's right. Damn right.
Everybody going in.
All right, so we're gonna hold that to the end.
Yeah,
We're
that'll
gonna hold
work.
that to the end.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd heard a story several years ago that Ahmad Johnson was mad at Jim Ross, and that he wanted when Jim Ross was vice president of talent relations, and he threatened to kick Jim Ross's butt.
Yeah. Well,
So
now,
they had a meeting, and one of you guys sat in that meeting. Which one was it?
This is the pimp over here, buddy. Yeah, the pimp was in on that one.
They came to me.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Pritchard came to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, and we knew it was all bullshit. He's like, Ahmed's got a junk gun, and he's going to kill JR, and this and that. And we were kind of laughing about it, but we knew it wasn't serious. So they came to me, and they said, hey, do you mind going in there with Ahmed and JR, and, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute. This dude's got a gun, and you want me to go in there and what? So I went to it. Yeah, I went to that meeting. And the first thing I said is, listen, Ahmed, they think you're going to kill JR. So if you're going to kill him, you know, let me know, because I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think he said it quite like that. How would Ahmed would have said that if he was going to kill him out? You know?
I'm gonna moke your ass.
I'm gonna moke you.
I'm gonna moke you. I'm moke y'all.
So you tried to say smoke?
Yeah, just smoke. I don't know what the hell that was.
Came out moke?
Moke.
Oh.
So this is for Ron Simmons.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah,
old school wrestling compared to new school, how were the hits back then?
no comparison, bro.
I mean, did you really get knocked
You
down?
can't even compare it. No, it's not even close, right? And for one thing, we all, come up under the cloak of that old school style of wrestling, and that was to where if we're sitting as close as you are now, you had to look really good to know if we were trying to pull punches on that. And that's come to being well-trained at what you do. And all of us were used to just, hey, not killing each other or trying to injure each other, but you had to look close to know if we were faking it. And that's how that works, you know? Not like missing a punch now from 12 inches and you still fall down to the mat. Oh, my God, right? Yeah, no, brother, it was the real deal then, no. Took a lot of pride in it, too, yeah.
This question can go to all three of you guys, but I think in a lot of documentaries, we hear about a lot of wrestlers having issues with kind of leaving their gimmick on the road. And as we've seen, you've had your share of miles on the road and stuff. So could you guys, kind of talk about maybe the struggle or just how you guys go about leaving the Godfather at home? I mean, leaving the Godfather on the road and leaving Ron Simmons at
Well,
Go ahead, go.
You said it before. You said
I am. I don't know if Charles Wright is the Godfather or Godfather's Charles Wright. I act just the way that I act right now all the time. I am the Godfather. Things don't change.
And I can vouch for that.
Things don't change with me.
He's a real deal.
I've seen it. I've seen it myself.
He's a real deal.
There's very few as real as my gimmick. I just say that.
And here's how this goes, right? When they first came and was, telling him he was going to do this pimp, do this pimp gimmick and do. I'm like, well, what do you mean change to be a pimp? Hell, he already is a pimp. Yeah, how much more pimping do you need to do? He's already running the strip club. Hell, he's in with the mob in Las Vegas. What more of a pimp do you want him to be? You know, right. So they gave him the perfect thing, man. That's why he's right at home with what he's doing now.
They let me be me.
Only thing they did different was they paid him to be him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get no better than that.
No.
And I have one more question. Is that okay? I've seen a lot of documentaries. Mark Henry gives you a lot of praise, Ron. And
a good guy, man.
It sounds like one clip. I can't really remember what interview it was. It was a podcast he was on, and he pretty much said he kind of, you was kind of fearful. So I mean, he kind of feared you in a respectable way. So could you guys just kind of talk about your relationship with Mark Henry?
Oh, listen, all of us up here. Here's the first thing about this, right? When you see different factions form, right, and you have guys, all the dissension among each other. Look, I think we might be the first to have been as close as we are that actually love and care about each other. See, that's what made this work. Mm-hmm. See, it wasn't designed to work, okay? Right, but see, we made this work together. Understand me? Because that's how we care about each other, right? But secondly, let me tell you something about this. When Mark first came in, and all of us were together, right, the strongest man in the world for real, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right, yeah, that's no joke. All right? So now I prided myself on being a relatively strong guy back then when I was younger, right? But now when I saw him stand in front of me with a steel frying pan and tear it, okay, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, now if this big son of a bitch gets mad at me, what am I going to do?
You gonna make that call?
Yeah. Let me just look around to see what's the closest object that I can pick up, okay? See, this went both ways. I'm shaking in my boots when I'm talking to him. Please, God, don't let him get mad. No, right.
People don't know how strong he really is.
Legitimately strongest human being, naturally.
To see him take a steel frying pan and tear it. You're like, is this a joke?
No, for real.
So that's not a myth.
No.
Okay.
No, I saw this, bro.
Look, in the beginning, Mark Henry, he wouldn't give out autographs. He used to carry around pieces of rebar, the steel, and he would have a bag full of them.
Yeah.
And so when someone asked for an autograph, he'd reach in and bow tie that son of a bitch and go, here you go.
Yeah, we're talking for real.
That's for real.
Yeah.
The strongest thing I've ever seen on this planet.
Naturally. Okay? Yeah, that's for real, bro.
This is for all of y'all. So if y'all come back to WWE, what superstar will you want to face that is there right now?
Roman Reigns is the main event at WrestleMania, biggest payoff.
There you go. Straight to the top.
Go right to the top, bro.
They say I guess there ain't nowhere to go from there, right?
Where to go? I got one match. I'm going right to the top.
I don't know. I'm going after them girls.
Oh, you are.
Come on, big
I'm working with them girls, man.
Perfect answer, pimp. Hey, bro, listen. I can't top the one with D-Lo saying, but we'll go back to one of the questions one of the gentlemen asked, right, about the old school and the new school stuff. If I had to go back and was going to work with someone, I'd have to go with AJ Styles because he's a combination of both. Yeah.
I love that kid.
Yeah.
I love him.
Okay, my question is for Mr. Simmons. I've heard that Butch Reed is a guy that everyone has stories on. And I know you were with him in Doom. Do you have any fun stories you can tell us about Butch Reed?
Everything with Butch was a ride, okay? But I can say this, man. I was very fortunate to come in, right, and get under his tutelage and be the former tag partner with him, because he had been through, when we're talking about old school, you understand, and teach me the basic things and the love and the respect of this business. So it was a very learning and formative stages of my career. I just couldn't have asked for a better guy, you know what I mean? So, it ain't too much times, Butch kept it kind of serious all the time, But there's just one time that I can just recall, right, that we were out, and I pride myself on being a guy, who could hold his liquor pretty much, right? I've known to have a drink or two here and there, right? Right?
A couple every now and then, one or two.
Yeah. So I'm at the bar and I'm a young kid, right? And so they want to teach me how to drink. So I'm thinking I'm going to show them, hey, I can hang, right? So they're buying these shots of Jack Daniels and whatever, and I'm throwing them back, and I'm just throwing them, you know, and I'm feeling it, but I'm trying not to let them know that, right? So I didn't know. So every time I took one, they were taking one and throwing it back over their shoulders, you know. So I'm taking it and just boom, boom. So the final one, I get it here, and just as I get right there, it stopped, and it hit me, and I was on yeah. You're familiar with it. Oh, I'm very familiar. Yeah, and so instead of going this way, I'm coming this way. And just before I could hit the floor, there was Butch to grab me, right? So that was a vital lesson that he taught me then. Hey, watch your drink, okay? Right. So Butch he was a good guy, man. You know, a lot of fun.
All right, D'Lo, I just want to say that you were my first introduction to the Frog Splash.
Well, thank you.
First time I saw that, I said, that is one of the coolest moves I've ever seen. So I just wanted to give you props on that. My question is, I feel that you kind of set the standard for African American representation as a strong character. What do you feel about the current product as African American representation?
Black.
Yes, black, yeah.
Black. I know you confused. Hell, I'm confused too. Shit. Yeah. Hell, you ain't more confused than any of us. Okay? Shit, we don't know what we want to be called. Right. Okay? Yeah, but let's stick with black for now. All right? Yeah. But no, I appreciate that, man. You know, and that's like I said, it's a great badge of honor for me to wear being the first black champion. You understand me? And then along this way, you know, as things have evolved, look, I'd be lying if I sat here and said I didn't encounter some racism on my way up to the top. All of us have come through that, right? But the only way you combat that, man, is to continue to push forward, you know? And so we're really proud to see how not only things have evolved for blacks in this, but for all people to enjoy what we do, you know? That's why you all are here, you know? So that's how this works, you know? So, but thanks for asking that question, man. Good thing.
How's it going, guys? This is for all three of you. So, of course, you had in the group, you had Dwayne. And then you also had for a little while Owen. Do you have any good Owen rib stories that you'd be willing to reveal to us?
I think D-Lo was closer with Owen.
Yeah, I got the one that I tell all the time. I was, I forget where we were. Owen and I have been on the loop wrestling, and for some reason I was crazy nervous for some reason. I was beating the hell out of Owen. I'm punching him, and every time I hit him, he's like, oh, God. So all of a sudden, Owen just snaps me around, starts wrestling me around, and snaps me over, and he goes, look down at your boot. The shit is untied. So I tuck it back in. This never happened. So wrestle around a little more, snaps me over, goes, look at your other boot. Son of a bitch, my lace is untied. So I'm tucking it back down. Wrestles around again, snaps me over. First thing I do is look at my boot. Okay, great. He goes, look at the referee. His shoe's untied. and I let out a little giggle, and right then Owen goes to me, goes, you relaxed now? And I go, yeah. And he goes, now let's wrestle. And I'm like, Owen was that good, and I say it all the time. He could, in front of 20,000 people, he could have a 5-star match, play a rib, tell a joke, and no one would know. All you would see is this perfect match going on, and that's how good Owen was. So one of the best pure wrestlers I've ever been in the ring with. And my hot take right now, Owen was a 10 times better wrestler than Brett.
Very good. And I know Godfather, didn't you travel with The Rock for a minute? He had to get out of the car with you?
Oh, yeah. Chase him out of the car.
Yeah.
You chased him out of the car.
Yeah.
At the beginning, we were all riding together. D-Lo, Ron, myself, and Dwayne. And I'm sure most of you guys know him very heavily influenced by cannabis.
No.
It's legal. It's legal
really.
here. It's legal here.
No, really.
It's legal here.
You mean you smoke?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. Did you know that?
I did not know, but I know now.
A little bit. Just a little.
The highest I ever got in my life was one night in Buffalo with him.
God.
I'll tell that story.
I'll never do it again.
Never.
We were riding together, and I had a bad habit of as soon as getting in the car together, I'd light up. And so Dwayne would go to these VIP appearances, right, and he'd smell like cannabis. So they'd be like, "Hey, Rock, man, you smell like weed." And he'd be like, "I don't smoke weed. That's not me." And they're like, "Okay, we'll go with that." So next time he'd come around, they'd be like, "Okay, Rock, you said you don't smoke, but yet again you smell like weed." Well, it's because I was in the car with him. So he came to me one day and said, "Hey, big dog, I can't ride with you no more." He goes, "Because every place I go, I smell like weed, and I don't even smoke weed." Right. So I think D-Lo and him started riding together.
Yeah, we started riding together.
And then I jumped in with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I started smelling
you
like
and John had your own drinking problems.
Yeah.
I might have smoked, but you and John drink some beer.
Well, you jumped right out of the frying pan into another one, right? Yeah. So he brought in, he's smoking, he thought, right? And he was going to come in there and run us crazy, right?
No.
So he jumped right in there, and every time he got in there, I can't ride with you guys no more, man. Every time I get in here, I'm too drunk. Right? So he jumped right into that one. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good time.
So this is time in Buffalo. I gotta put you on blast. Well, put me on blast. So we're in Buffalo, right? And Godfather and I are there, and we got to leave to go to Toronto at like 4 o'clock. So we go to the gym, work out, and he goes, "Hey, come over to my room. We'll smoke a little bit." Okay. So a little bit. So I take a little hit. Next thing I know, it's pitch black in my room, and it's 3 in the morning.
You can't move.
Now, mind you, I got in the car and drove with him the 150 miles up to Toronto, wrestled him, drove back, crossed the border twice, don't remember a bit of it. That's how high he got me I don't know where he got it, or I don't care what it was. It's the highest I've ever been in my life. I never want to get that high again.
And he's perfectly normal.
And he drove the whole way laughing at me. I'm probably sitting there like this.
Oh, God.
Watching aliens land and shit.
Oh, it ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
You make it seem that way, though.
Oh, boy. I can still feel that high.
Yeah, I know you can.
Damn.
Why are all the stories involves cannabis?
I don't know.
It's always like, "Hey, let me tell you what, he got me so high one time. He did. I got this one time.
Well,
one time.
Last time.
And I think he bought everything, every piece of candy.
The vending machine. Come on, there's got to be one more pack of M&Ms in here.
One time I got him.
I'm going to tell you how good this man is. I've watched Godfather smoke Snoop Dogg under the table.
How about that? All you saying is I got a problem, man.
It ain't a problem. It's legal here. You okay?
Yeah.
You know what? I thought it always was.
Damn, you the one that made it legal everywhere.
Yeah. What you got there, Ninja?
Just real quick, I've heard, watching panels like this online and different things like that, and that there were a lot of wrestlers back in the day when you guys were good with their persona and good in front of the camera, but when you got them in the ring, you almost had to carry them, per se.
Well, that's been going on since.
But any stories like people that you may have worked with that you said no, it's too much.
And don't say my name. I know it was on the tip of your tongue. Don't say my name. You told a story about me today.
You got an excuse.
Oh, well,
okay. You were hired.
You were hired.
Yeah, right. The best one. Okay, right. Now, but look, that has been around though, man, since it's business. You know what I'm saying? And all of us can say that, and it might not have been a fault, due to the guy, wanting not to work. It could have just been to the way he was trained. Mm-hmm. So, you had to compensate for that. And you knew when a guy was sandbagging the shit and didn't want to do it. You knew that. And then you knew when a guy's capabilities didn't go there. So, you had to, balance between that. Right. So when a guy was sandbagging, there was a way to make up for that too, And if his capabilities wouldn't allow him to do that, you had to work around it, Right. So that's how that basically went,
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is for all of y'all. How was it like when The Rock left the group?
What you guys say? Go ahead.
Well, first, shout out to GWC.
Hey, in the house, wham bam.
Wham bam.
What the hell is that?
It's my friend.
Does it stand for any kind of
Greatest
cannabis?
Wrestling Collection.
Uh-oh.
You know the dude that's always
I thought it
looks
was
a little bit
great-
like Macho
great
Man.
weed
We're always
That's what I thought. Great weed
Right.
collection.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think about that. I'm gonna tell him that tonight.
Yeah.
Big cannabis
Greatest weed
supporters.
collector.
Yeah.
You know what? That's I'm gonna hit him with that tonight.
Yeah, because I'm looking at him. He looked like he might be under the weather. a little bit.
No, we're probably gonna be together a little later on out in the lobby.
You can tell brothers walked through the fog a couple times.
Yeah.
He's walked through the fog.
Yeah.
I forgot the question. What was the question?
Rocky leaving.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, how was it for y'all when y'all decided, or whenever they decided?
Oh, we carried on.
Yeah, we kept moving on, and it was, you know, you're happy when, you know, because once again we were all friends in the nation. So when one of us got the rocket strapped to him, we all embraced it and just like
we knew he was on his way.
We knew he was on his way. That's why he spoke with us.
Yeah, exactly.
But when we saw him start to take off, it's like, okay, cool, go on.
We also knew that we had to recreate ourselves.
Yes, we had to. Yeah,
which we all did.
We all did, and that's the beautiful thing is when we saw him leaving, we all went through our own transformation to stay relevant. And luckily, knock on table there, we all did and kept going. So the nation wasn't the end of us; it was just the beginning of us.
Yeah, you know, hey, look, here's the thing, man. Well, like I said, we all were very close and tight. You understand? See, we knew things weren't gonna last forever, and we could, you know, read through all of these twists and turns. We knew he's coming in there. They couldn't find his niche, right? So they had to put him with us, so he could get something under him and find his own way. And luckily, he did.
Do you remember?
Right. I'm proud of him.
I don't know if you remember this. Vince pulling me and you into the office. They just put me in. And then I came in. I was supposed to be Papa Shango, and I come to TV ready to be Papa Shango. They paint Jerry Lawler paints my face up. They take some pictures that on my desk right now. They have one of the pictures, very few pictures of me painted up, and then they said Vince wants to talk to you. So we take the face paint off. I go on there with Vince, and Vince says, "Charles, change the plans." I'm like, "Change the plans?" He goes, "I'm going to put you in the Nation of Domination." Mind you, I'm supposed to be Papa Shango. I'm going to put you in the Nation of Domination. I'm going to call you Kama Mustafa, and you and Ron are going to wrestle Undertaker tonight in a handicap match, and you're going to go over. And I'm like, what? But then later on, I asked Ron, I just met you then too, really, just met you. And I knew who you were, of course.
Yeah.
But Vince called us into the office, and he explained something, and you said, I didn't know who Dwayne was. He asked if I'm like, I don't know who the hell Dwayne is. And you knew who he was. And then he said what he was kind of going to do, and you said, this is fine as long as he's willing to be part of the program and not go on his own. Right. And then Vince says whatever. He says, basically, I tried one thing, and the people kind of shit on it, and they didn't like it. Right. He says, this time I'm going to put him in the Nation. And he goes, when I get people to hate this kid, when I turn him, he's going to be the biggest thing wrestling ever saw. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, and he was, and we got him to hate him.
Die Rocky Die chance and everything.
Yeah. You know, we got it, and it worked. And you know what? Here's for me, right? The biggest thing out of all of it, all of us having been in the Nation, is that everyone that was involved in it had success out of the group, which is unheard of. Yes. You know, that's what I'm most proud of than anything. You know, So it worked out for all.
All right, and then my other second question is to Godfather. Was it your wife's idea for the gimmick?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was in the Nation, and at that point, D'Lo, you and Mark Henry were doing tags. Ron was doing his thing.
We're spinning off.
I was kind of not. I was just showing up, walking to the ring with people. So my wife came up with the idea, and she was basically more, you know, not that I'm a pimp or not, but she was basically more, if the people see your real side and your personality, you got a hit. And I just, how do I say this? I have a way around, I used to have a way around women. And
you gonna put that out there?
A lot of people enjoyed my way around women too.
What kind of club was it that you ran?
Well, it was a strip club.
Cheetahs
in Vegas. You know, let's just leave that alone.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you can put that out there?
Let's just leave that alone.
There's cameras.
Yeah, you worked there.
I know. I saw it. That's why I'm like, let's put this to bed.
That goes back to the pimp thing. Let's just forget about that.
It ain't easy. Just leave that.
It ain't easy, man. But yeah, it was my wife's idea. And we're still married.
There you go. Yeah.
This question's for all of you. By the way,
It's
not
a real ref.
not a real ref. Not a real ref. Just so you know. Anyway, so what's something that you've accomplished in wrestling that you're proud of that other people might not know about?
Dang. I don't know if that's outside of brother. That's a real good question. Like you mean not involving wrestling?
Or no, in wrestling.
Right.
Like,
Well, I think probably and I'm sure both of my boys can attest to this, when you get into this, is lasting. Mm-hmm. That's the thing when you get in this business, brother, that everyone hopes they can. It's duration, being able to last, okay? And I think all three of us have accomplished that pretty well. And that's something that everybody can achieve. So I think that for me, I know, is one of the most proudest.
I think for me, I'm very proud of the fact that I try to be a role model for the next generation that Ron and Godfather were to me. And I try to pass that on. So I'm very proud of those who I've influenced, those who I've sat down and talked with. And I tell them all the time, the things I'm telling you right now are just things Ron told me in the car. So I'm trying to pass that knowledge forward. So I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, that's good.
People have no idea how much knowledge. Me and him are the same age, basically. But when I have a problem, that's my dad, man. He has helped more people. He has more knowledge. He even we talked about Ahmed Johnson, even tried to help his dumb ass. Okay? Believe me, he tried. But this man here has so much knowledge in the game. It's, a lot of it's because of him. And we all, me included, go to him for answers.
I'll call Ron and just go, should I paint my room purple? And if he says yes, my room is purple. This is my dad here.
Well, thank you.
That's
man.
My dog. I love him.
Well, and it goes back to what that one guy asked earlier back, man, when he asked about Butch. See, I had the opportunity to have been with these guys, early on. You know what I'm saying? People that went back a little bit further than the ones that they were in touch with. So, with Butch, with Dusty, all of these people, So a wealth of it was thrown on me. So it's only natural for me to do the same thing, Yeah.
Okay, let me go back to something real quick. We were talking about Owen Hart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you guys tell me why Owen was put into the nation in the first place?
Don't know, man.
Did they ever explain to any of you guys?
No.
But see, we liked Owen so much that we didn't care.
Yeah.
But nobody ever explained why Owen was in the nation.
But here's the funny part about it, though. His ass fit right in the nation, right? Right in it, and he was right at home, when he come in, right? Yeah, good fun guy to be around, man.
Love him, golly, love him.
Good dude, man.
and one last thing, D'Lo, you were the first match I ever saw at a live event. It was an untelevised match between you and Charlie Haas before Raw started. Stellar match. Thanks for all y'all's work. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. All right. I think this is the last one.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to tell you that Oklahoma is a medical marijuana friendly state.
Uh-oh.
So
thank God, because you should see what's in my bag. You guys are laughing because you know.
I know, he's a dispensary.
They told me, hey, be careful. You got a lot in that bag, buddy.
Yeah, you see that? There you go, right? Medicinal.
Go ahead.
my question is to all three of you guys. What have you guys been doing outside of wrestling? Because I tend to follow some wrestlers. Some of them became actors, others not so much, mostly on social media. And what you guys been doing personally in your personal lives? Have you been helping out with your communities, helping inspire others to become wrestlers or something?
Slave, you got it?
Well, I mean, for me, I have a wrestling school out in Vegas that I roll around with and teaching. I've got some students who are already out there on TV right now. And then I work backstage primarily doing production. I work with Impact Wrestling. I was their head of talent relations for a while. So I stay actively involved in wrestling.
And I think for me, right, look, I've been an athlete all my life, football and this all my life. So naturally, when this ended for me, brother, it was to sit down and put myself back together, okay? Right, and I'm very lucky that I'm in the condition that I'm in now, being able to walk around and enjoy a normal life. And secondly, this is what I'm really loving the most, is being able to come back and see people like yourselves when I didn't have the opportunity on the road to stop, answer questions, and to say thank you, because it's been a hell of a ride. You know?
I just want to say thank you, guys.
Question for each of you. If you can think back, is there one event or a series of events where you stopped and thought, I've really made it?
Godfather?
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, when you get that call, being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
In 5 different characters.
Yeah, there you go.
5. 5 people.
Yeah. Well, you can't get no more than that. You know?
I don't.
Right, yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Well, you've been all of them.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I think the only one's close is Jack might have somewhere close.
Well, I don't think he's got 5.
He ain't got 5.
No. You know?
5.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that sums it up too, bro. I think I'm gonna echo that. You know, they don't get no higher than that.
Well,
you know?
It's time.
I said higher.
It's time.
Once again, for everybody to come aboard the Ho Train.
Damn.
I don't know how to follow that up, but I'll just do this. You better recognize.
Hold it. Oh. One moment. We got to get them to stand.
We got to get them to stand.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody needs to stand up.
Put their fists up.
And I'm gonna tell you this. So we here it is right now. No, don't put it up yet. No, not yet. Don't premature stroke. Nothing like that. Now, you got to promise to uphold the standards of the nation. You have until midnight tomorrow. You're in the nation. At 12:01, we don't know your ass. Now, Godfather's going to say by any means necessary. When he does, we throw up the fist.
By any means necessary.
In the nation now. All right. Thank you all, man. Enjoy.
Thank you, everybody.
Man, I really hope you guys enjoyed that panel. Me and Lexington and Alejandro, we had a great time doing that panel, and we got bragged on a lot. The man that was running the con, Mr. Rob, he said that it was the best panel he'd ever got to be a part of, and it really means a lot to us. So if you guys are doing cons, or you know somebody that's putting on a con and you think that they might like their panel to be hosted by Gabe's Cave, you guys reach out to us, and it's an email at gabescave13@gmail.com, and let us know if that's something you'd like us to be a part of. We typically have like a little circle of states that we try to stay in, but hey, who knows, if the offer is right, we may make a little extra trip. Guys, let me tell you about some stuff we got going on here at the Cave on July 16th. We've got Lisa Miller, who is Zomberg Pixel Art. She will be in store. She'll be taking commissions. She'll be doing art. She'll be selling things and doing autographs. She's a fantastic artist. You got to come check her out. On July 22nd, we've got author T.B. Phillips. He will be bringing all of his books, and he'll be signing stuff, and he is the author of many different series, and he's collabed with other writers. So yeah, you definitely want to meet him if you're around this area. And on August 5th and the 6th, we will be back in Oklahoma City for their Horror Con. And because we did such a great job at the Pop Culture Con, our job got enhanced, I guess you could say. We're going to be taking on more roles and we'll be doing more for these guys, so you be sure to stay tuned and check that out. Every Wednesday there's the Meet the Artist episode, where you will get to meet an artist and you will get a chance to win some one-of-a-kind sketch cards. And don't forget, every Thursday night there is Gabe's Cave After Dark with me and Young Lexington, where sometimes Party Marty makes an appearance, and we sell comic books auction style on Facebook at the Gabe's Cave Comics, Cards, and Collectibles Facebook page. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this panel. Like I say, I really enjoyed it, man. And remember, guys, it's Marty's fault that Dobby doesn't have a sock.